Number 10. Washington National Cathedral. The Cathedral Church of St. Peter and St. Paul in the city of Diocese of Washington, commonly known as Washington National Cathedral, in an American cathedral of the Episcopal Church. The cathedral is located in Washington, D.C., the capital of the United States. The structure is of Neo-Gothic design, closely modeled on English Gothic style of the late 14th century. Number 9. Jefferson Memorial. The Jefferson Memorial is a presidential memorial built in Washington, D.C. between 1939 and 1943 under the sponsorship of President Franklin D. Roosevelt. Roosevelt thought that it was a suitable memorial to the founding fathers of the United States and to Thomas Jefferson, the principal author of the United States Declaration of Independence and the founder of the Democratic Republican Party, the neoclassical. Number 8. National Museum of Natural History. The National Museum of Natural History is a natural history museum administered by the Smithsonian Institution, located on the National Mall in Washington, D.C., United States. It has free admission and is open 364 days a year. In 2016, with 7.1 million visitors, it was the 11th most visited museum in the world and the most visited natural history museum in the world. Opened in 1910. Number 7. National Gallery of Art. The National Gallery of Art and its attached sculpture garden is a national art museum in Washington, D.C., located on the National Mall between 3rd and 9th Streets at Constitution Avenue, NW. Open to the public and free of charge, the museum was privately established in 1937 for the American people by a joint resolution of the United States Congress. Andrew W. Mellon donated a substantial. Number 6. National Air and Space Museum. The National Air and Space Museum of the Smithsonian Institution, also called the Air and Space Museum, is a museum in Washington, D.C. It was established in 1946 as the National Air Museum and opened its main building on the National Mall near L. Infant Plaza in 1976. In 2018, the museum saw approximately 6.2 million visitors, making it the 5th most visited museum in the world. Number 5. The Washington Monument. The Washington Monument is an obelisk within the National Mall in Washington, D.C., built to commemorate George Washington, once Commander-in-Chief of the Continental Army in the American Revolutionary War and the first President of the United States. Located almost due east of the reflecting pool and the Lincoln Memorial, the monument, made of marble, granite, and bluestone gneiss, is both the world's tallest. Number 4. The White House. The White House is the official residence and workplace of the President of the United States. It is located at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue, NW, in Washington, D.C., and has been residence of every U.S. president since John Adams in 1800. The term White House is often used as a metonym for the president and their advisors. The residence was designed by Irish-born James Urban in the New. Number 3. Vietnam Veterans Memorial. The Vietnam Veterans Memorial is a U.S. national memorial in Washington, D.C., honoring service members of the U.S. Armed Forces who fought in the Vietnam War. The 2-acre site is dominated by a black granite wall engraved with the names of those service members who died as a result of their service in Vietnam and Southeast Asia during the war. The wall, completed in 1982, has since been supplemented with the statue. Number 2. The Lincoln Memorial. The Lincoln Memorial is a U.S. national memorial built to honor the 16th President of the United States, Abraham Lincoln. It is on the western end of the National Mall in Washington, D.C., across from the Washington Monument, and is in form of neoclassical temple. The memorial's architect was Henry Bacon. The designer of the memorial interior's large central statue, Abraham Lincoln, 1920, was Daniel Chester. Number 1. United States Capitol and Capitol Hill. The United States Capitol, often called the Capitol or the Capitol Building, is the meeting place of United States Congress and the seat of legislative branch of the U.S. federal government. It is located on Capitol Hill at the eastern end of the National Mall in Washington, D.C. Though no longer at the geographic center of the federal district, the Capitol forms the origin point for the district's street numbering system and the district's 4 quadrants.